Hi, everybody.
Greetings, friends.
It's the Jimm
And Dave.
Beer Review.
Dave, what's on tap for this beer review?
We have Shock Top Twisted Pretzel Wheat Beer from Anheuser-Busch.
Twisted Pretzel Wheat Beer.
Yes.
Well, that's very interesting.
Yes, it is.
I like pretzels.
I like pretzels, too.
Not a big fan of wheat beer, though. I am familiar with Shock Top. They had tasting once at Austin Beverage. I believe their Summer Shandy was very popular.
We've had Shock Top beers before, haven't we?
I think we had one. And they have another one. I think it tastes like Corona. It's like a cheaper Corona knockoff.
We've never tried Corona before. You know that?
We may have.
No, we never reviewed it.
Hey, everybody. It's Sonia, the beer cat.
Yes.
I'm sorry to report she was in a fight with one of the other beer cats here. You know how it is when you had one too many. Did you just knock over? She just knocked over one of the bottles I got photographed later.
Thank God it was empty.
Thank God it was empty. And she got a little bit of a scratch on her eye from the other cats. They got a good shot in. So she's going to be looking at you a little bit like this tonight.
Poor Sony.
Sonia, look at the camera.
Sony, she is a wonderful cat.
But we digress. All right, Dave, what do we know about this particular beer? Hey, this is an interesting bottle. It's got like a little ring around it.
That is made by the same people that made Michelob.
Oh, is that Michelob's signature thing for the bottle?
With the little lip around the bottom of the neck, yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. I like that. So it says on the front here, this is Belgian-style wheat ale.
Mm-hmm. You can see the wheat grains coming out, you know?
I do see that on the bottle.
Yeah.
With spices and caramel malt and with artificial flavor.
I know you're not a real fan of wheat beers, but you know, not every wheat beer is the same. Yes, it's like a mohawk. Yeah. Apparently, there was an old team back in the day down in Louisiana that was called the wheat. He was a mascot, and he looked kind of like that wheat guy on the bottle. There was a guy from Louisiana that did beer reviews on this that talked about it.
So shout out to Louisiana Beer Reviews, Ronald, I believe.
Yes, I liked his review.
He's a good guy. I talked to him a lot. You should start conversing with him. Repost his stuff on your accounts. He's a good guy. I think he is like the... he's not that old, but let's call him the godfather of beer reviews, I think.
Down in Louisiana?
Yep.
He was talking on occasion, too, for a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. I like that.
Pretty cool.
New Orleans is a great place. I've been there many times, and had I known he was there back in the day, I would have looked him up.
Shock Top has united this classic taste of a crisp, cold beer and warm bakery fresh pretzels in its newest brew.
It says this limited edition.
Shock Top Twisted Pretzel Wheat. The brewer today announced the limited edition beer, a Belgian-style unfiltered wheat ale that delivers a delicious taste and aroma of fresh pretzels. And the ABVs are 5.2.
Now, interesting enough, here on the bottle, it says, to serve, pour down the side of the glass until a ½ inch is left in the bottle. Swirl and pour remaining brew to release the aroma and flavor.
Yeah, you know, I was watching the beer review, and the guy did the same thing. He did that before he even read that off of the bottle. He poured most of it in, and he took it, and he looked inside the bottle, and he swirled it around for a little bit, and I was like, what's this guy doing?
Well, we should probably post a link to that in the comments below.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Which is a good thing to do.
I wish you would have told me about that guy, but, you know, Ron, I'm sorry.
Well, maybe you read it before he did.
I liked his beer review, though.
All right, well, I'll tell you what. Now, the trouble is here, Dave and I are trying to limit. We used to do one each. Now we just take one and split it just because.
And we get a regular case of beer just to drink the rest of the night.
Yeah, because we had too many times we do too many beer reviews in a row, and it's possible our...
We've been learning, too, because apparently back last year, remember, before my birthday, okay, we used to drink, you know.
Well, we did 4, and we started doing the 6.
No, I'm talking about we used to have, like coconut rum. Also,
right. Hard alcohol.
We stopped drinking hard alcohol back. I had a bad experience going home.
Your birthday was the bad experience.
Yes. Well, I had a good time. I just remember
it was a great time, but, you know.
I just remember going home.
Yeah, as people living in his house were saying, if we ever come back here like that again, you're never going to come back here again.
Yeah, so I stopped drinking hard alcohol when I come over here because not only is it good for not dying on the way home, but it's also good not to mess up our palate when we're drinking beers.
Absolutely. So let's try to crack this sucker open. Now, this is going to be a little trickier because obviously we're splitting this one up. Ooh, a little bit of steam coming out. Look at that. Hopefully it's not too cold. All right, I'm going to do the first part. I don't want to do too much. It said pour down the side of the glass. Tilt your glass a little bit. I just did not do that. I'm going to do it here.
Now stop there, and then let's start touring around and like
right.
this and stuff. Is somebody looking
Hey, I
at
smell
you?
pretzels.
Is it? Do you know that person?
Nope.
Okay.
We got a webcam on. I got a friend who is in St. Croix, and said, "Oh, look for me on the webcam. Maybe I'll be by there in an hour." Now, didn't know if I missed them or what.
Imagine did she put a link to the webcam that was there?
Yeah.
Well,
Sonya, the beer cat's here.
I think she's going to propose to you or something.
Oh, well. You know, it's funny. On April Fool's, I said, I'm separating from my wife. She called up and said, is that true?
She called you?
No, I'm sorry. She posted on Facebook.
Oh.
She's like, I can't believe it. And she started all of a sudden contacting me. I said, April Fool's. And I was just like, oh, now I feel like a jerk. Because maybe let her on.
Didn't she not know it was April Fool's Day?
Well, it may have been a day or two later, but...
Oh, well, then you're bad.
I know it was April Fool's Day.
We haven't...
What are we cheering for? We didn't do anything yet.
I had an alcohol content beer before it messed me all up.
Yeah, we're all
it's
messed
my
up.
fault.
We're already at 6 minutes. We haven't tasted this thing
Yes,
yet.
I know, right? I'm having a good time.
Right.
A little foggy.
A little foggy, a little definitely darker.
Brownish.
Still, it's kind of clear. You can
Kind
see
of a pretzel look to it.
more or less see through. It does have a pretzel look. Pretzel colored. Darker on the camera than it is in real life, though.
Okay, let's smell it.
I smell wheat. I smell pretzel.
I smell pretzel.
I've never smelled pretzel out of beer before.
I never smelled pretzel beer before.
We keep having surprises. Hey, we never smelled coconut. We never smelled pretzel.
Oh, by the way, this came from my boss, Joe, who's an avid, very well seasoned beer reviewer also. I don't know if he puts things on YouTube or not, but he knows his stuff.
But he's an aficionado.
He knows his
aficionado.
stuff. And he's very well learned.
I want to meet you, dude.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Known him for
All right.
many years.
Let's just jump right into it, buddy.
Okay, there you go.
Cheers. Interesting. I can't believe I'm going to say this. There's almost a salty character to it.
I feel like somebody's like took a pretzel and mashed it all up,
Crumple it up,
and
put in some water
in a glass, and then put some barley and hops and some water and mixed it all up.
Yeah, it's interesting. We are on Untapped. Dave, what's your name on Untapped?
It's Kilroy88.
Nah, you don't have to look it up. I'm James Rhett or Jimm Rhett with 2 M's. The Jim, not the James.
Let me look myself up. I don't know what I am.
Now, somebody didn't care too much for this. I think it's actually kind of interesting. It has a pretzel kind of salty character. I guess when you say, oh, it's a pretzel, you're like, oh, come on. But, yeah, I don't know if it was intentional or just what they came up with when they finally tasted what their product was.
Very interesting.
Well, it'd be really interesting to be eating some pretzels.
I'm Kilroy88 on Untapped.
It'd be really interesting to eat some pretzels while drinking this pretzel beer. You'd be like, pretzel? Pretzel. Chick.
Just low alcohol.
Yeah. What's ABVs on this one again?
5.2.
All right, so it's reasonable.
Yeah.
Well, surprisingly, I'm not a big wheat guy, but I like this.
Do you really taste the wheat?
No. Well, there's wheat and pretzels.
Well, yeah.
It's a bread kind of thing.
I like this.
Yeah, I like it too. I'm surprised to hell. I thought I was prepared to go.
Joe, good choice to bring that to me.
I was prepared to spit this out. But
I know. I told my boss Joe. I said, my friend Jim's not a really big fan of wheat beers, but we're professionals and we'll do our due diligence.
Well, we got to do soon.
Yeah.
There's a breed of beers out there called sour beers.
Oh, I saw your thing, a link on Facebook about that.
And I thought to myself,
not a real fan though.
I've had beers that were sour, but I don't think they were supposed to be sour beers. We just thought they were sour. Now, whether that was because they were too old or going bad is hard to say. But a couple of the friends on Facebook, as well as on Twitter, mentioned ones that they really like. So I thought to myself, okay, when we got a whole line of beers to do. When we get down a little bit, I'm going to look up the ones that were recommended by the people on Facebook and Twitter, and we will try them in the spirit of learning. Now,
yeah, because we're trying to be professional, and we're trying to learn, we're trying to teach, and we're trying to spread our knowledge.
And the fact, and we
learn a
want to
few
keep
things.
learning. So
Yes.
maybe there's, sometimes, hey, if you like, say, sweet tarts, they're sweet and they're tart.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have a sour dessert. Sometimes you have a sweet dessert.
I'm more of a sweet guy than I am.
Well, I would have to agree with that too. I
Yeah.
think myself more a sweet guy. But maybe it also comes down to the food pairings. Maybe you would have a sweeter beer with maybe a more, I want to say sour, but hot dish. Conversely, if you have maybe a sweeter food, maybe a more sour beer would balance it out. Because my understanding is with the food and food pairings is you want to have a balance. So that's enough about that subject. So Dave, let's give this a number. This is This is a category by itself. We have to put in the general category, but
general category, I give it a 7.5. Really, because it's unique. There's no aftertaste on this.
There is, but
not that I can. I mean, not anything bad anyway. Not where I go.
Yeah, but it's more like you really taste it after it's already gone down.
But I taste the. It's like I taste it, and it's like pretzel.
It's a pretzel aftertaste.
Pretzel.
It's pretzel going down. It's a
very
interesting pretzel aftertaste. Very interesting. I'll agree with you on this one. 7.5. It's interesting. I'm surprised and pleasantly so. I mean,
I had to buy a bigger refrigerator.
I like pretzels, and this tastes like pretzels.
I love pretzels too.
Go figure, huh?
I need to get a bigger refrigerator, like I just said, because I mean, I need to get like a whole bunch of different kind of beers and just keep myself stocked with different kind of beers all the time. Because every once in a while, I want to pull out one of these.
I don't know if I want to drink a case of these in one night, but I would love to pull one out. It's like, I'm in the mood.
I like the fact that there's a Wegmans that you can put. There's a craft 6-pack. They sell it like flat fee of like $11.50,
right?
And you can put 6 different kind of beers that they have marked for, like, just put.
Yeah, it's almost there. Like they have their own bottle shop.
But that's just a little bit too high. I would think maybe like $8 would be a better price.
Yeah, they definitely charge a premium. Well, bottle shops tend to charge a premium.
Yeah, so
and some bottle shops that charge too much.
It's like, I think if we tried that Dragon's Milk at a bar, getting it out of like the.
I can't imagine what that would taste.
It would probably be like I'm saying that if you bought it singly.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what. We went to a place near here called Capone's. I bought one bottle there once. I was looking for the Black Butte. I was looking for the Black Butte Special Edition, which is bourbon barrel aged, and it was like $20 for a huge bottle.
For 22 ounce, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just like, nah.
Because I mean, I'd say if we bought a case,
but then I found the Dragon's Milk. That was $5. Now, usually if you buy it in a case, it'd be about $4 a bottle. So they only marked it up $1, which I thought was really reasonable.
That's not too bad because that beer was really good.
It's fantastic. So there you have it. Anyway, this beer review went
We're
particularly
going on a little
long
bit
because
more.
we went on a couple different subjects.
Besides that, we've had a few beers now,
so we're getting more gabby as we go on.
Yes.
But please don't drink and drive. Pregnant women should not drink alcohol. Don't operate heavy
forward
machinery.
to what you don't like.
All that good stuff.
Yes.
And the reason we do this is because we believe that you and your friends should drink great beer.
And have a good laugh or two.
With your friends.
Yes. Maybe we should change that around a little bit.
No, I threw the friends at the beginning
part and the friends part at the end.
Yeah, let's do the friends thing. I like that.
The friends in the beginning and the third part.
Yeah, I didn't do that right. Say goodbye, Dave.
Bye, Dave.